Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Hello everybody. Sadly, we are missing a Jerry. I'm not sure what happened. He was awake this day very early on and guessing he's fallen asleep. Don't know. If you know, put it down in the comment where Jerry has left off. But I'm guessing all these themed weeks over the last 2 weeks have somehow taken a toll. So welcome Demon Sub, and I think we're alone? Is there nothing else? Nobody else in chat? Or is chat again just not working? Let me see if I can summon some people by cleaning my glasses. Because why would I even clean them before streaming? That's what amateurs do. Yeah, Discord was full a second ago. But that's Discord and neither here nor there. Bloody hell. I'm guessing they're all just sweating. I mean, we could just go over to the Discord and ask there. But I can't be asked right now because something on my glasses won't leave. Ah, this is better. See, finally. Yeah, everybody getting a drink before joining the stream. Do a short trip to the loo. Danley, welcome. I thought Demon Sub would be alone with me, which would be a terrible idea for him. I hope wherever you are in your neck of the woods, your temperatures aren't as horrible as mine are currently. Hello, cut, Mr. James. Yes, seems like squirrels are roaming free again. So I'm really guessing Jerry is falling asleep on this couch. Well, reasonable temperatures is a relative term. We're at 28.1 degrees. And having the door closed doesn't help. That's a t-shirt. I watched the stream and never got LeBron lemonade. 19 degrees is actually a reasonable temperature. I think even Jerry would agree that it's almost reasonable. I think his favorite temperature is around 17 at the max, which is, yeah, a bit much for me personally, on the low end. But then again, to each his own. So, James, I actually have tinkered with the idea of doing merch shirts for more than once, but somehow all those sites who offer to do print on demand either lack international shipping for reasonable prices or just are way too expensive anyhow. I'm still not through with the thought, and we're at 219, so if we're getting to 250 episodes, I might actually have something in store. Hello, Toffee! Good that you're here, Toffee, because we need your swearing instead of Jerry, and also we are going to do something classical today. Yes, not the usual looking at projects, also not me rambling around for weird stuff, but we're looking at the What Are You Painting Now thread. We haven't done that in years. Email, no, never seem to heard of them. Let me make a note of that. If I can even use my notepad here. Plastic Crack Podcast uses them. I'll have a look-see. But where's the camera? There's the camera. No, there's the angle. I had nice self-made pizza. So, what are you painting thread? I was thinking of just jumping in somewhere in the middle, but that would be weird also because you never know if some picture you see is the last one you actually go for. So I'm starting from the very back. And the first up is some geezer doing Traitor Guard for the Dark Type game. Let's see if we can... No, I don't want to save it. I want to enhance it. Okay, so the forums now have proper galleries. Almost fits the screen by the looks of it. Can I zoom in? A wee bit. That's nice. So what have we all gone on a color scheme? That's a dark brownish grey with red accents and some highlights. Overall, this looks like a very coherent and satisfying paint job. I like the burned look on the flamer thing. Maybe, just maybe, a wee bit more wear and tear on the armor pads in red. They just look a wee bit too cleanly for my taste. I didn't do nothing. He has been doing themed week for 2 weeks in a row, Zork, so I'm guessing he's just sitting in his couch sleeping. From the Dark Tide game, says some geezer. So I'm guessing that's one of the board gamey type things that Games Workshop have recently done. Could be the pup. Either way, he's not here, so sadly can't help it. This one is an interesting one because Jayadan has actually done a long video on how he painted this monstrosity. Oh yeah, Dark Tide was the video game that got a board game adaptation with miniatures, so yeah, that's a... Yeah, and that mini is monstrous. I think that's a very large monster base where it's sitting out. And as I just said, he has made a video on his YouTube channel. It's about an hour long, him painting this miniature. If you really fancy getting a closer look on those, I reckon you go and look how that works. Though, speaking biologically, I think this is a bit much on the horny side. Also, the jawline somehow reminds me of the skull of a hippopotamus. Ah, no, that's no spike in the chest, Toffee. That's a water fountain coming from below. He's just cooling off. But yeah, a lovely red on this monstrosity. And big eyes, Demon Sub. And such huge hands. And in opposition, unlike the T-Rex, he has long arms to grab you and hug you. And cuddle you all night long. Let's see, who's in next? Oh, look. I know this is some kind of Papa Nurgle. A drunk naked dinosaur is probably a Chegosaurus. Yeah. So who does this? Raizir. Plague Marines for Nurgles. I mean, yeah, that's a sickly greenish gray yellow. I'm guessing he will be still doing the bases. It's a very sickly green-yellow. And the occasional verdigris in some places also very nice. What I like on this one is the classic design of the plasma pistol. This plasma pistol I just love. It's so iconic. Well, Tuffy, for years the site has been barely usable at times, so I can't blame you for not using that thread in any shape or form. Let's see, what do we hear? Oh, look! Tiny monsters. I almost said tiny Americans. Very much tiny Americans. Who does these? Brucelia. Brucella? I don't know. So little space, so many miniatures. Did he say what game this is for? Last of Union. No game mentioned. Ah, wrong button again. Redheads. All these redheads. I mean, just imagine all those on a shelf sitting next to each other. Are those printed flags? I guess. I don't think those are free-handed. That would be madness. Look, he's even started painting some of the what you call it, buttons. This mad person of a painter. Yeah, the right one especially almost looks like fabric. I'm guessing that's within the picture. Or maybe just a side effect of having printed the flag in such a small scale. But Tuffy is going to the hobby shop tomorrow and get an army shot of her, I'm guessing you meant dwarves. I like having things printed on paper, but what I don't like is if you just want one small thing printed, you have to waste a whole sheet of paper. That's always very annoying. I mean, just look at this! How tiny! Barely visible stars on these old flag. I'm guessing the glasses in the background are there for some reason. Well, if your meds are tiny, Ewok, maybe go for a different dosage. Bagarov doing Mortem et Gloriam. Together with Commodore Rob and Brucelia. Funk Brothers game. Oh god. Having fun with miniatures? Unheard of. Just look at these tiny bugs. Don't drop them or lose them on your carpet. That could go horribly wrong. Oh, what's that in the background? Do they belong here? I don't know. Maybe. People in this thread are way too talented. At least in my opinion. Gargantuan Tarask is the name of the game by Jayaden. Jayaden? I don't know. Yes, 292 pages. It's a long, and I think there was already a they made themselves think of, should we actually archive this thread and start a new one? I'm not sure if this is actually bugging down the forum or the site in itself. I don't believe it is, because it's WordPress. It doesn't really matter how many different entries the database has. Yeah, this is a... I mean, the detail on the model is very nice with all the little scales. I'm guessing that helps making it look even more cooler. Where have I seen this one before? Alright, it's Horatio and his nose blowing. He's going and doing stuff again that's yeah, Danley, that's what I thought why I'd revisit it today, just to have a short reminiscence of how things were. Sadly, I have nobody next to me who has an opinion on how to do things better, because these pictures, even the work in progress ones, are already way better than most things I can come up with, so yeah. I mean, this statue here, maybe some more weathering, some different weathering, but I wouldn't know how. Maybe some streaking grime going down on places that would be working like what do you call it, joints and well, the part where things join and bend, I can't remember. Hinges, thanks Stanley, that's the one. Blip Vertus, oh, it's a quah. And notice the expertly taken Jerry focused background. I mean, aren't these just the loveliest sculpts you ever seen? They do look a wee bit flat, though, in my opinion. Maybe some highlighting on the snouts. Hello, Jefferson Powers, welcome. Like the body bases, and the uniforms are quite nicely shaded, but the skin tones, somehow I feel there's some little highlight missing. Knigits. Guessing by the background, this is him again. Is it Blip Vertus? It is. And it is for Blood and Crowns. That's a system I've never heard of. lovely little toy soldier things. Kniggets go to war. Again, a very nicely made flag. And I just love the teddy bear fur roofing in the background. If any of you, and not just you, Demon Sub, are thinking you should go back and join in retake part in the forums, I highly encourage you to do so. In the last, let's say, 4 weeks, the site has been stable and quickly to respond. Uploading projects is still a bit of a hit or miss if you are going for more than 3 pictures in a row, but other than that, it seems to be stable. So I'm guessing they're finally getting a hang of what works and what doesn't. Yes, but just nicely done kniggets. I'd still wish that that game OTT would do a proper forum and not just a WordPress bolt-on, but the site's doomed to crash and how... Oh, okay, so I've jinxed it. The hamster is finally getting fit, you mean, James? So Horatio did a nice Big Mac with interesting camo schemes. So this isn't your Battletech scale, this is what a full size of 125 millimeters. So this is a very big boy, and some skillybobs. Who doesn't love skillybobs? Is that a mold line or is that something within the bone? I'm going to say that's a mold line. Also, that on the trumpet is also a mold line. So, text. We don't care for text. We just want to see miniatures. Where are the miniatures at? Yeah, Horatio is a talented one in regards of painting stuff. Yeah, I really hated that people are so good. Ah, avians. But they're missing their domes. Still very classical green little grey ones with robot support. And a flying saucer, which is a plastic hit from Pegasus. Oh no, Horatio again. Would you look at those transfers? I'm pretty sure someone with historical knowledge could tell me what kind of Romans these are, early, late, or in between. I have no idea. All I know is these look fantastic. Super extra great. And this is a prime example, I feel, for a small army that looks coherent as fuck. Well, the wolf may be an exaggeration, or maybe these are very tiny Roman dwarves. And that's just a regular wolf. Or it's a horse that's being dressed like wolf, just for psychological effect. You never know. But again, it shows that Horatio is way too talented for this world. Oh, what do we have here? Basic brush. Carnival Rashaha. Oh, these look much better when enhanced. Looking at the basing, that's an interesting thing. Can we get closer? Or barely? It looks like he's used a texture roller, potentially? Maybe? What's the verdict from the audience? Isn't that a texture-based thingamajig? I think it is. And a very nice contrast with the white and green to the pinkish purpley clothing on the yellow brownish minotaurs. Just looking at the three from the right, it also almost makes me think of Matrix, the intro scene, when all the letters and numbers fall down. Yeah, I'm guessing that's rolled. Unless Carnivali provides weird basings. And I think these wouldn't look too far off on a Blood Bowl field for my taste. Especially the four guys on the left have a very Blood Bowl-y stance to them. Like the one on the far left, that's a catcher, two linemen, and this one could be a blocker of sorts, potentially. Who knows? Yeah, but I like them. Yeah, they look nice. Sadly, there's no more pictures of the giant feet in the background there. That would have been an interesting one. What the hell are these? Who's this? Dog Vernon. Mythic Battles Pantheon. Oh, that's an ongoing thing. Let's see. Very clean painted. Oh look, a little doggo. But he's way too expensive in upkeep. He always needs 3 times the treats. Hello, Captain Aqua. Welcome. But the paint job is very nice. Yes. Very clean. Very distinct. Maybe a bit more highlighting on the scorpion parts, but all in all, those look very cool. Oh look, they're selling oranges. Always eat your greens and your veggies. Very important to not have a heart attack. Still unsure on what these should actually be. Some kind of rats? And these are blind rats, or these dogs? I can't tell you. They look spooky. Hellhounds. Yeah, that sounds about right. And I love the fact that even though those miniatures are all replicas of one another, they are distinct by the way of how he did the basings. The bases. Basings. Bloody hell. Bases. And very good usage of the board from the board game as a backdrop. What's this? It is, and he's doing a Stormcast for Age of Fantasy Skirmish. I feel this is how to put it? A classic paint scheme? Bright colors, clear definition, very cool line work in between the colors. This is a very nicely done miniature. I like that. And I'm guessing since the rim isn't painted, this is still a work in progress. So I'm guessing there will be some more highlights done. But already this looks very cool. Maybe a bit more wear and tear on the weapon and the armor, but other than that, very nicely painted. Very good usage of color and contrasts. And with contrasts, I don't mean the contrast paints, but color contrasts. Gruntin Vanman? Doing a Viking longboat. Oh. Sadly, we can't see very much besides just the front end and parts of the middle section. That would be interesting to see how this is coming along. Dragon! Tiny one. Unpainted. Tiny woman. Painted. I think that's a little dancer. Just look at the detail Horatio does on these tiny fighting miniatures. Can you just see all those details? It's fucking insane. He's a loony. The dress is adorable, but why go through all the hassle? I mean... And why does she hold her finger up like telling somebody off to, no, don't do that. Yeah, the level of detail is almost vomit-inducing. She's enticing someone, maybe that. Some geese are doing terrain. Turn the breed out. But this definitely needs some more work. This surely isn't done yet. But the wood aging looks spot on. That's always also something that I always fail to actually make work. Like old wood. I only get fresh cut wood. Let's see. Oh, great ball of fire. I'm going to guess this is a Battletech related project. A 3D printed by the looks of it. Just look at all those print lines. Yeah, there's battery tech. And still it's way too small. In regards to the models. It should be much bigger. The color scheme is interesting. Wolf 320F. I mean... yellows and greens and grey. I can't say I've seen that before. Not in this way, at least. But it's interesting. It's an eye catcher. Blackberry shields. Oh, but we lost contact. Where is it there? He doesn't really say. Just no, it doesn't say what kind of army colors those are. Yeah, back warrior way back when. Look, a small commando. And finally somebody who also has the same problem. You prime a mini and then there's some kind of weird string suddenly appearing on your model. You don't know where that came from. Small, you know. I like the turquoise. Oh, there's the wasp again. And just thinking of how tiny these things are, that's an impressive level of detail getting onto those miniatures. Especially since they aren't the greatest in regards of casting. They can be a bit daunting at times. I'm guessing this is one of the older ones. I don't recall having seen that on any of the Kickstarters. And this must be a remodeling. I'm pretty sure that that's a model I have and that it's not that dynamic in pose. He's gone through a lot of miniatures. Ask John. I think currently John is the same as me and is just wondering when will the Kickstarter finally be delivered. Which is, I think, a very, very fair question. Ben is participating in the What Are You Painting Now thread. What is he showing off? Bloody Games Workshop, and it's not even dwarves. There's this chance to show off his Middle-earth and dwarvish stuff. And what does he do? Weird Age of Sigmar. But the worst part is they're nicely painted. Look at the inside of the cloak. That white is very nicely done. They look too big because they are too big. And also they are round and not square. Oh, and see, we can see... yeah, you can see the... there. Ben is taking a picture. Or going all measures to not appear as a reflection in his monitor. That's what you get when using a glossy monitor, Ben. You appear in your own projects. Hello, Ben. The game that shall not be named. Yes, James, they still do, and people are still stupid enough to buy them. I mean, I get it. If you're a video editor and you only do video on them, and you have a very easily darkened room, you can use them, and the colors are a bit better to see, but other than that, there's no reason, in my opinion, to have a glossy monitor. It just makes life hard. Also, if anybody's at some point touches your monitor, you're getting fingerprints all over them immediately. Larkcast internals. Oh look, the game that ruined Legion. Shatner Point. With that Moth dude and the Death Trooper and 2 Dark Troopers. Talking about making a set of miniatures even more confusing for the general public as is already. And no, there will be no fire sale. At least not in the next 2 years, I hope. And then, hold on a second. I like my paint job better. You can't see because the lighting currently is horrible inside here, but there should be pictures up soonish. Once I have coated them in varnish. But basically these are... These should be gloss coated. So, who is next with what the hell is this? Iron first. Ogre Siegebreakers. What a hell of a contraption of... Is that a gun or a tool? I think somebody went a bit overboard with the wash. Maybe. I mean, it's a kind of painting style, but not sure if I would do it that way. But then again, it's not my game, so... That's not just foot on rock. That's goblin on rock. Oh, more Shatner Point. A Jabba's Barge R2-D2. Orlando Calrissian. And somebody really loves his space tufts. Bush. Even more tufts. And Luke Skywalker. You say, yeah, the flash photo doesn't help on that picture. You're right, Tuffy. And that, I think that's one of the most important things you should know on taking pictures from your miniatures. If you're like me and you're just using your smartphone, don't use your smartphone with a flash. Get 1 or 2 light sources and illuminate them properly. Even if you're just using a torch or a desk lamp, but don't use a flash. Flashes don't work. They don't do you any good unless you're a professional having way big flashes onto the sides generating indirect light. But direct flash from your smartphone will fuck the results up every time. Unless it's an effect you are actually wanting for some odd reason. Maybe you've got sparkly paint or something. So what's this? Buy basic brush. 1-page rules mini for a client. They look like some weird Japanesey type. Some samurai adjacent. Yeah, James, a proper flash can be hilariously expensive, but then again, you can really light up the room. Pun intended. And light boxes, I find Toffee almost only goes so far because they are, even though they are doing a great job at illuminating single miniatures, I find them, especially the smaller one I have, very hindrance of taking pictures for bigger groups than more than 3 miniatures. But I have my big light on top of the table, I have my light on the miniature painting station, and I have the light on my eye. Which really helps in improving picture quality. But there's only so much a picture can actually be improved by. At the end of the day, the miniature is only as good as it has been painted. Set 1106. What's this? Crimson Scale Fan Expansion. No, we don't want cheap thingamajigs. You're getting reported. Where is it? Chat message. Next. Where is it? Spam bot. Next. Spam. Spam bot. Next. Yes, submit report. And goodbye. Ban. Boop. Gone. Where were we? Oh, yes. Archon terrain. Sadly, very hard to make out any details. Looks like some lizardy dudes and some bear traps. Love the overall look though. And even more Shatner Point. Sadly, the Bad Batch is one of those boxes for faction that I don't play for Star Wars Legion, so yeah, I didn't get them. Because I already have more than enough miniatures laying around waiting to be painted. Pojo! What's Pojo up to? 2 armies for Agratoria. These look tiny. Oh, isn't that the game from Sept games, I think. Can't remember. It's an interesting mix of units. Some big green guys, some whatever riding on weird dinosaur looking things. Red-headed beardy persons. Lady sword swingers. Apes? The far back corner there. But it looks interesting. I'd be tempted to ask for more information if I'd seen this on a demo table somewhere. Barbarian armies. Do you run this in Vendral? Okay. Even more board game pieces. I will skip these. Too much distraction. What is this? This is Horatio again. Horatio, can you please stop being so talented? Just look at this. I'm going to call it comic spell. A comic style non-metal metal. Angry Scots. Yeah, that's about it. And again, the detailing on the back. Some suppression forces and very interesting green choices. Some black choices to make sure you know who the baddies are. And people who are just running around playing laser tag with their virtual headsets. I'm pretty sure they don't see anything, they're just playing games all day long. Doesn't really tell what's there from response teams. Majestic 13. Never heard of that. Could be the bad guys from any TV series, basically. And some very bright yellow Dystopian Wars boats by Blipverptis. I'm still waiting for more information on Armored Clash, especially on pricing, and I'm very scared. And I think there hasn't been any news recently on Armored Clash. I have asked them. I won't ask them again. Because people tend to not crack as easily as I would like to at some points. Even more yellow battleships and boats. Looking all yellow and battley. Oh, flight discs. My hovercraft is full of eels. Oh no, is it? Yes, continue to play, you wank job. Oh, sorry, got distracted by Discord. Coming back to, where were we? There. Yellow Boats by Blipverptis. I'm not sure, has Union Fleet U-boats? I don't know. Maybe they are not available on that force. any details on these. I guess that's the thing with board game pieces. It's the back seat. Back seats can go in backwards. It's fine, James. Well, somebody went a bit overboard with priming, I think. Look a bit chalky. Or is that just me? It's especially noticeable on the later two. Yeah, there's a bit very much added on whatever. Though I'm guessing once they're on the table you won't notice. Unless somebody is always pointing at them going, oh look how badly they're painted. They're not, there's just a bit much primer underneath. Oh, double entry. Ooh, well, what is this now? This looks very brightly colorful. 3D prints. Must be resin prints then. Yes, Taurus, they're painted. That's the most important part. This one I very much like. The color scheme, the details on the miniature. The red flowers, maybe a bit much, but all in all, this is very nice looking miniature. Maybe a wee bit more, what do you call it, pigment powder on the feet, because even if they're fresh to the fight, at least the feet would have taken on some dust, a slight dusting with pigments would be in order, I feel. Jesus Maria. Make up your mind, Jesus or Mary. Is Blipver carrying this thread all by himself? Looks like it. Yeah, so even the "what are you painting now" thread had been neglected for some time because the March, April. There's gaps in here. Oh look, fighting monks of some kind. Yeah, more Shatner point, and a 27 Cromwell is doing his name justice, and is painting tongs. And I'm pretty sure somebody will correct me, and somebody else will probably have a heart attack. I think these are Sturmgeschütz. Yes. Sturmgeschütz 3G. Oh look, we're back to cultists. We started with cultists, if I remember correctly. And here, this is a nice one. Just look at all the shadow that there are. So these are getting light from directly above, hence these darker shadows, and from somewhere around the left side, hence the shadows going in the background. Also, this tells us they are standing on a white paper that is curving up and giving a nice backdrop. A very neutral backdrop. But a cool looking one nonetheless. Yeah, there's 2 light sources. I do like the look of these. Personally, I think I would have gone and painted the tip of the ammos different color, but yeah, this is a nice set of miniatures by some geezer. Squirrel! Though it could also be a rat. Some undead, an owl, and a squirrel! Weird looking trees. Who has done these? Some geezer again. Okay. And a classic, very yellow speeder bike. So I don't know, is this as classic or is this a re-release model for Horus Heresy? Forge World Horus Heresy. Oh, okay. I guessed it once. Because if I remember correctly, the old metal model looked way more clunky. Though it still doesn't look like that's a very comfortable thing to ride on. Especially with a heavy caliber gun just shooting above your head. Just imagine when you're trying to wave at someone and that gun just blows your hand right off. More board gamey pieces. Handsome devil. Very nice yellow on the eyes. Spider-Man dude? Reminds me a bit of some form of pyramid. Yeah, like school seats. Just don't move and the pain will eventually go away. Or that or your legs will fall off. Yeah, we've come to February. We go one more and then we will call it a day. Because I guess if we go one more we will be at the end of the year. See? Almost. Going down. Crucible Crush. Pulp miniatures. This somehow reminds me of one of Jerry's favorite games. What was it called again? The one with all those interesting sandbags with the stripes. Oh bloody hell, I can't remember now. What was Jerry's favorite game he did actually a huge build on? Rock's Drift, that's the... Thank you, Danny. Bloody hell. Though the lady in front doesn't really fit within Rock's Drift, but the rest I think it would fit fine. More Shatner Point. I really... sorry, I don't like the models and the poses from Shatner Point. They just... something just rubs me the wrong way. No, I think Rock's Drift is probably correctly spelled the way you did it. He looks a bit... a bored wizard. Yeah, the price is an edition. issue and his Arabian Night project. Sadly, this picture can't be enhanced much more. Can it? Bloody hell, of course it can't. Oh, laughing boy, long time no see. Jeebus. And some quality Jerry-focused nuggets. I'm guessing getting the transfer in there must have been a nightmare. But very well applied. Hats off to you, sir. Even more flags of Tiny Fighting Man. I think this will be John Dark again. Yeah. We will leave it at that. Because it's getting bloody hot. And I feel that the thread has been more substantial in the past. But then again, that might just be me, or the fact that OTT had their limitations at times. Yes, knackered also. And tomorrow will be a long day for me again. For there's Parents' Day at the school, so I need to go and have a word with the teachers of a daughter. Which will be a boring evening because there will be nothing of interest, I guess. Yeah, but that's what needs to be done when you're a parent. So I hope you have enjoyed this little walkthrough, more or less the history of the What Are You Painting Now thread. I'll need to have a talk with Jerry if he would like to indulge that thread some more in the future, and to see if we can emulate what was once a very nice stream way back when, especially when Big Ben hijacked the stream with John and Lance. So everybody who has been here now for an hour and 11 minutes, thanks for being here. I see you again next week, unless I'm falling asleep in this comatose heat and not getting back up in time. I hope we will see each other next week. Have a good one, stay safe, stay sane, and paint more minis.